Hey, welcome back to yet another video, people, and in this video I'm asking once again for you guys to slap that like button, tighten melee it, subscribe to the channel, you know, all that good stuff. Now first of all, just look how good this weapon looks with this ornament. That is the main reason why I'm making this video, that's right. But the exotic trait Parasitism, this weapon does more damage to enemies based on the number of Siva nanites that attach to them, and of course the main trait is the corruption spreads. This weapon creates Siva nanite swarms on rapid hits and precision kills. It also has Outlaw, which is really nice. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, no, this weapon is not a meta pick in the current sandbox. But it has a couple of things going for it that allow it to feel solid. I think pretty much most pulse rifles do feel pretty good in this current sandbox. Obviously, 120 RPM hand cannons are very, I would say, oppressive. But when you're just playing in casual Crucible and you run into people using different weapons, you're going to find yourself surprisingly hanging with this weapon. Now, how much does the exotic trait actually work in PvP? I'm going to be honest. They need to be grouped up, and if they are grouped up, the one guy who didn't die immediately is going to take quite a bit of damage from those nanites, but it's not something super significant. It's honestly really similar to the Graviton Lance's cosmology, as far as I can tell. I think it might be more useful and more powerful in PvE, but in PvP, it's not really too crazy. The thing that makes this weapon feel solid to me in PvE is the stability on the weapon. It just feels like it has absolutely no recoil. And because it has no recoil, you can, at least in my experience, you can hit almost all crits all the time. Pretty much most of the time, as long as you're, you know, not missing your shots like a donkey. Obviously you will miss your shots now and then, it does happen. Now with weapons of light, this thing gets even nastier, hitting 21 to the body and I believe 34 to the head. It is a 450 RPM pulse rifle, and of course this is not a meta archetype, not by a long stretch. It really is not a meta weapon, and I'm not trying to sell it to you as a meta weapon, so don't get angry in the comment section or I will give you the pin of shame. But yeah, this gun, it surprised me in just the usability, and I have a sneaking suspicion. Now I'm thinking of making a video on this, but I have a sneaking suspicion of, you know, which archetypes are going to get buffs coming up this season. And I think the 450 autos and the 450 pulses are definitely in line for a buff in my opinion. And if and when that buff happens, I really do think this weapon will then ascend to being very good. Now the second thing I want to say is the ornament I have on, the Trials of Osiris ornament. I don't want to say pay to win, but my goodness, the sight is so clean. It's just better than the other ornaments and the other sights. Now I'm not encouraging you guys to spend money at Eververse, but I think Bungie put way too much focus in Eververse as it is. Hello, 566 days since a new map was added to the game. Instead of adding ghost projections and new shaders and emotes, can we get a new map? Can we, please? How much longer do you want us to wait, Bungie? Seriously. Shout out to Asacross, by the way, who made a video talking about this subject, about the fact that we need new maps. We really do need new maps. And if any of my PvP content creator homies are watching this video by chance, I need you to get on this new map bandwagon. Because enough is enough, Bungie. 566 days and counting. It's way too long, guys. We need new maps. But anyway, like I said, go to Eververse, buy this ornament, because it really does make this weapon a ton better than it actually is. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. Alright, the sight is nice, okay? And this gun, it looks so good with this ornament that it deserves to have a time as a meta weapon in my opinion. I've said it a bunch of times already, but I'm not a huge fan of the 120 RPM meta. I believe that it has slowed the pace of the game down considerably, and obviously we already have stasis in the game to slow the game down. I actually think if this weapon was meta right now, the game would be faster paced than it currently is with 120 hand cannons. Yes, you can frag out with a 120 when you get a damage perk going, but you know, before you get a damage perk going, at least on console, players just line up and wait to team shot you with these bad boys, and it's just kind of boring, man. I want to see cool exotics be meta. I am so over the legendary weapon meta that has creeped into this game since, I want to say, year 3 of Destiny 1. I miss the days where exotics ruled the roost. I just want to see powerful exotic primaries rule the day again. I am so tired of legendaries, Dire Promise, Spare Rations, you know, Steady Hand, Fellwinter, you know, before that you had Dustrock Blues. It's boring. We need more Fourth Horseman, we need more Chaperone, we need more, you know, we just need some excitement. We need the DNA of Destiny to shine, not these resident sleeper legendary guns. I don't know if that offends. This will offend people. People always get mad when I say this, because obviously the vast majority of players use said legendary weapons religiously, and I get it to an extent, but I just also hate it because it makes the game so incredibly boring, especially in QP. I get it in Trials, one of the best weapons. I get it, I really do. But come on guys, it's time to get on the Siva train, the Siva gang or Plague gang or whatever it is on Twitter. Plague gang, rise up man, this is it. Outbreak Perfected is an absolute beauty of a gun. Sounds good, looks amazing, has a great sight, had an awesome hidden quest behind it. This gun's got a lot of pedigree in the Destiny universe, and I personally am quite a big fan. I just like the way it sounds when you get a kill, that little sound it makes. It's just, this is what I like about this game, you know? This is what I like, not fucking boring ass guns with no personality and nothing unique about them. Those guns make me sleep. They really do. Outbreak Perfected makes me, you know, kind of excited. You know what I'm saying? That guy's so excited he's running away. Come back, brother. Come back, man. Come back. Let this guy, oof. Siva nanites are just everywhere. I've got to say, if this weapon could get a buff in a different way, maybe buff those nanites to be a little bit more powerful. You could even make it so that it actually affects the TTK of the weapon as you're killing someone. So you hit a headshot burst and the next burst will do more damage. I mean, the perk description is kind of confusing. I kind of assumed that's how it would work. But in PvP, it does not seem to work like that. It just seems to do 25 to the head. And if they're stood in the swarm, then it'll do more damage. But at that point, you know, they're already weak anyway. So is it really that effective? One thing I want to say as well, I think it was Cool Guy back in the day mentioned it. He had a theory that this gun had a secret hidden perk that would be subsistence. The more times you hit the target, the more accurate the weapon gets. I think he might be onto something with that. It definitely feels like it might have a hidden subsistent perk. It just feels like an absolute laser beam. And you know, it's kind of perfect. Outbreak Perfected, everybody. Guys, give it a try. Put down your steady hand for one game. Bust out the Outbreak Perfected. And enjoy the best of Destiny, which is the exotic weapons, man. This is really Destiny at its peak, in my opinion. Using exotic weapons, experimenting, building a loadout, playing around a certain playstyle, and not being a generic Gerald all the time. You know what I mean? Anyway guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.